Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude?
2,000 feet on 1014, Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo.
Hello there, Wycliffe Barrett, Xplane Dedicated. Today we're going to look at two things. We're going to look at a splash screen for Xplane 11, which is really nice. Also, Panama International Airport. But before we do that, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you dislike the video. Don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell, and you'll be notified when videos go live. Right, let's go and have a look at this stuff. Every so often something comes along and it's just nice. Now this does nothing for your flight simulator, but it's a new splash screen. This has been created by Wingman 1967, and you've got a splash screen here, very nice graphic. Don't know where he's taken that from, whether it's Xplane 11 or not, but it looks really nice. On the left hand side you'll notice the menu buttons are transparent, which is a really nice effect, and also he's altered text on them slightly, so as you mouse over them they kind of alter their transparency a little bit, and you know it just looks neat. It's kind of brought it up to date, and that's what he says in his blurb. You know, it actually brings it up to date. There's 5 different themes that you can choose from. I chose that aircraft, and then you'll notice here on the menu on the right hand side where you've got weather, there seems to be more weather options on that slider. But also they look very different as well. So he's changed that. But also, if you notice the slider, the actual button is a little aeroplane, which looks really neat. And the bottom image is different as well, and it changes. You know, previously it was a mountain, I think, and you know, he changed the time there. Now he's changed that to a Cessna aircraft. So looking through the menus, they actually look more or less the same when you click on them. You know, Flight School here is very much the same. I don't think I've ever used Flight School. And then you go into settings, and once again it looks much the same, apart from the little aeroplanes on the sliders there, which is it just, once again, as I say, it brings it into the 21st century a little bit, I think, just by changing the whole interface slightly. So well done to Wingman 1967. As I say, there's 5 different splash screens to choose from, and as I say, I'm not sure whether they're edited Xplane images. Installation is really simple, although you do need to read the instructions, but it is so simple. It's just a case of drag and drop, like you know we're used to. Here once again on the output screen, you can see those little aeroplanes for icons instead of round dots. And once again though, this is your hardware, and that seems very much the same as before, so nothing to write home about there, although it has got a little aeroplane on the settings there for different things, and sound as well. It's just neat. I think it's just nice and it's refreshing. Previously I was using Xsplasher. Xsplasher is very, very good, but you know, once you've taken a screenshot, you know, you just kind of get bored after, even if you've got hundreds of screenshots in there. It seems to bring up the same 10 or so rather than, you know, rifling through the hundreds randomly. But I just thought this was a nice little frippery, something to download from xplane.org, and just to update your Xplane 11. There's some really good images. I haven't gone through them all to show you. I think maybe you should discover those for yourselves. It's on xplane.org. It is free, so you've nothing to worry about there. And if you like to change things up a bit, then I suggest you go and download this one straight away. Really nice, really neat. Thank you very much, Wingman 1967. Moving on from that splash screen utility, what we've got here is Tocumen International Airport in Panama from Windsock Simulations. Windsock are the converters, and this airport was originally done by FSim Studios and is available from simmarket.com, and it was done for P3D and FSX, I believe. Now this airport, it's been going through a massive expansion program over the last couple of years, and you can see this picture here. This picture shows this copper roof, which is really quite striking, but partway through the construction it had like a blue underlay roof, and that's what you can see in the scenery, because the scenery depicts as it was during the building phase. As I say, it's a lovely airport. It's a massive airport, absolutely huge. The runways are really, really long. You can land almost any aircraft here. In actual fact, last year it handled 15,616,000 passengers, which is quite high considering that we're talking about a small South American country. But of course there's lots going on from Panama. You can go down into South America, Venezuela, Uruguay, Brazil, etc., and even into the Gulf of Mexico as well. So from here it's quite a valuable hub. As you can see, they've used a really quite extensive orthophoto, and I have to say that the guys that do conversions, and not just windsock simulations but other people who do conversions, often they're just given the source files and told convert it. They're not allowed to do anything else extra. So what you can see here is the orthophoto around the airport on top of default scenery of Xplane 11. I think if you could get orthophoto scenery for Panama, it would look a lot better, it would blend in better, and also you'll notice there are no 3D trees around the airport, which I think is a bit of a problem, but I'm hoping there will be a fix for that quite soon from the guys at Windsock Simulations and FS Sim. It costs in total, I think it's 23, no it's not 23 euros, it is actually 18 euros 23 cents including tax. This is a real life picture from Google showing the old terminal, and here we have the old terminal within the scenery. So it replicates the structure of the scenery quite well. Personally, I think there's some issues regarding colour matching and also ground markings as well. One thing that there isn't, and I'm quite disappointed, there is no static aircraft at the airport, and as you can see in that picture there are numerous aeroplanes at the airport. I know that there is an argument that if you're flying on VATSIM maybe you don't need static aircraft, but flying into Panama I don't think you're going to see hundreds of people on VATSIM, so maybe it would be well worth having a static aircraft package that you could put in or not, entirely up to you. Personally, I like to see static aircraft at an airport. It doesn't have to be every stand, but it could be 25% of them, and it would look a lot better than it does. Just going back a little bit then, it has high detailed representation of the airport. It's detailed terminal building including the new SAD terminal, what I've just shown you, high resolution textures, realistic cargo area for DHL, Copa Airlines maintenance area, there's a FBO in buildings modelled and texturized with great attention to detail, baked shadows, static planes, although I only saw static planes up at the cargo, SAM animated jetways. I haven't seen those working, and I have got SAM installed, so I don't know what's happened there. Volumetric grass. There isn't volumetric grass, there's something gone wrong there. HDR night lighting and PBR textures. My advice to you as I come in from my 10-mile approach is have a look at this, go to the website, have a look at some of the images there, and then make up your mind. If you fly in this area of the world, then you will need Panama. If you don't, then maybe you can spend your money on something else. It's entirely up to you. I hope you found the video useful as we come in on this, as I say, huge runway. I think I had probably 4,000 feet remaining when I did the high-speed turn-off, so it's a huge long runway. I hope you found the video useful. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell, get the bell on, and you'll be notified when videos go live. Thank you for watching, we'll see you all soon, and you take care now. Cheerio.